part of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. So man and their environment. What is wrong with man why he can't be satisfied? The other day them start complaining, true we never get no rain. So them decide to see the cloud. Then came the flood, and the people them in Westmoreland have returned nomads. Well, the day them get red hot now, so them start remember how. Them chop and burn down the trees, and now them long for the little breeze. So them look back with regret. We have to go plant up some trees, them say. But remember, they will take a while to grow, them start fret. Because the soil erode and the tree them are dead. So what we're going to do instead? Can't think of anything yet. Then after years of use of aerosol spray, pop! There goes a hole in the ozone layer and global warming take over. Cut down on the use of sprays, them say. Let's use something else to kill those annoying pests. And in the meantime, we run some tests. But what about the hole in the ozone layer? It's getting bigger and we fear skin cancer. Can't do anything about that now. But not to worry anyhow. We're always inventing. We'll come up with something. Now them issue a conservation code. Save our environment and enjoy the beauty and wonder of nature. Ah, yes. That would be a pleasure. But that can stay till later. We haven't finished business to take care of. We will have to build a house on the moon to put an end to population. And maybe we can have factories up there, since the smoke pollutes this atmosphere. But why can't man realize that the damage is all their fault? And that it was due to ignorance on their part. And since the damage has already been done, there can only be one solution. And that is to educate each other and cure the ignorance. We have to play our little part. And that, of course, will be a start in securing what is left of this planet. Okay, I just remember I have a poem. I'm gonna just get it here. Any immigrants in the house? Any immigrants in the house? Any children of immigrants? Any immigrants?
My parents.
Yes, any immigrants? Exactly. There you go. There you go. So they came from somewhere else to get here, right?
Escape first, that's all.
Where they come from? South America?
No, there's a book by the name of William Sedabon, they known as the first American that you read that, and an excellent book, and he talked about America before when it was all one continent, and they came from up in Siberia all the way down and across, you know, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
History.
Wow. Yes, so it's a night of learning and sharing for me. Okay. You know what is ironic? The great-grandchildren of immigrants don't want immigrants here. Those immigrants taking away our jobs, send them back to their country. And you? When are you going back to yours? Who? Me? I was born here. You told me you're Italian. And you said you're Irish. And he said he's Polish. And you Russian. But I was born here. But your grandmother came from over there. Who told her to go back? Whose job did she take? Nobody else was here at that time. Don't get me started now. The Native Americans were here. I don't hear anybody telling them to go back. Well, immigrants of the past helped to build America. True, some willingly and some by force. Speaking of that, farmers were hiring apple pickers, but no Americans would take the job. So they hired immigrants so you could eat that apple you just bought. You know who else is an immigrant? The Indian guy who fixed a computer, the Korean woman who did your nails, the Bangladeshi woman who threaded your eyebrows. Oh, and the Chinese people at the dry cleaners where you love to take your clothes. And the Mexican guys at the car wash who wash and shine your car, the Lebanese man at the corner store where you buy your coffee and bagel, the Pakistani man at the newsstand where you pick up your morning paper, and the Cuban woman you hired to babysit your child and ask her to teach her Spanish. You know she's a nurse, right? She does babysitting till she gets certified. And Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sofia Vergara, Oscar de la Renta, Madeline Albright, Gloria Estefan, Angela Lansbury, Michael J. Fox, Sophia Loren, Wycliffe Jean, Patrick Ewing, Eddie Van Halen, Yao Ming are all immigrants. What you say? Send those celebrities back too? And since you love to talk about how immigrants taking away jobs, here are some immigrants who have created many jobs. Google, AT&T, Goldman Sachs, Intel, eBay, Pfizer, Comcast, Radio Shack, Kohl's, Big Lots, and Yahoo, just to name a few. Don't forget you told me your grandmother came over here on a ship. All right, I get it. We're all immigrants. Yes. So it's really ironic that the great-grandchildren of immigrants don't want immigrants here. Truly strange how the great-grandchildren of immigrants don't want immigrants here. Okay, I'm going to do another one that I wrote in celebration of our history, of African history, and it's called Our Glorious Past. There was a time when we walked this earth with such glory, such dignity. We were in our own land, and we were kings and queens, princes and princesses. We held our heads high. We were noble, a royal nation. Ours was a land civilized. So civilized we ruled with each other and not over each other. There was religious liberty in the land of nobility, till the raiders came and forced onto us what they call Christianity. And our history, we wrote our own history and told our own stories. It was as we lived it. We gave civilization to this world. We gave art, science, and literature too. But what have we gotten in return? In return, we were robbed. We fell into the hands of thieves, and they hold today what we had yesterday. This exchange was not our plan. Why did we become servants when we were rulers? Why are strangers now our masters? Remember now our history, way, way beyond slavery. Remember now, lest we forget. Don't say the Middle Passage journey was too horrifying and long. To remember where we're coming from and think ourselves as mere descendants of slaves, forgetting the legacy our ancestors gave. A culture so rich was to be passed on to Africa's children, heirs to the many thrones. So many kingdoms, yet we were not divided. The land was ours, the food and the resources it provided. Medical science and astronomy were all part of that legacy. This is where our roots lie, in things noble and dignified. We have to go back to our roots, find out for ourselves what is true. We no longer accept their lies, bury them because the truth must rise. A civilized nation did not come and find a nation of savages. Savages instead came and found a civilized nation and stole what we had for documentation. But they could not destroy our oral tradition. We found what we have lost. What was lost was stolen. The history of our glorious past. We found it, and now we reclaim it. It's ours.